we have unfortunately just missed the sunset, but here we are. Just going to close the door a sec, see if people come online. Good evening from Dubai. We're going to do some car commentary on this main road down here as the sun finally drops, and we'll see what we can see, because it's a good place for car spotting. It's straight up coming into view now. 7 Series. My mistake, sorry, that was a Maybach. That was a Maybach Mercedes. Rolls Royce coming along now, rather an expensive one. Is that the new electric one? Is it a Spectre? I think that was actually, so that's 350 grand. Then we've got, what's that, an Audi of some sort. Good evening everyone, how we doing? Gee, there's a Jeep Wrangler going past. So we are broadcasting from the hotel window, and it's quite funny because I'm just charging my phone at the moment. I can't move the phone at the minute, but to the right here, there is the most epic building site. Now, I'll show you because it's quite funny. Give me 5 minutes. Let's let some more people join, and then what I'll do is I'll take you a walk through the apartment and show you where the build site is, because I want to explain to you some of the problems we've been having with Dubai traffic. David Ward, got a notification. Good morning from Lakeland, Florida. Kevin, good morning. Petra, good morning. Midnight Crisis, good morning. What's that going along there? Some sort of minivan. Must have missed something in your videos, but are you away for a couple of months? Yes, Steve, I have been doing a full run of videos explaining where I am. We are, oh, thank you very much. A drink has just been delivered. Do you want to say hello? No? Just going to turn the camera around a second.
No.
Oh, she's off. I'm in my bedroom. Whee! This is like where you do OnlyFans, isn't it? Looks a bit dull. Have you taken the weather with you? I'm not in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm guessing you are. I'm in Dubai. We are on our way on a bit of an adventure. Yeah, we need to take 2 months out of the UK. That's that's either an S-Class or a Maybach going down there. And there's a Ferrari, followed by a Mustang. So it's foggy in Worcestershire apparently, darling. I'll tell you something really funny. We've had notifications that the road that we normally use to take the kids to school has been blocked all of the last 2 days by roadworks and is going to be closed for the next 3 days. So if we were at home, we wouldn't have bothered taking the kids to school anyway, because from what I've heard, it basically wasn't possible to get to school from where we live. Right, so we're back in the hotel. What have we done today? We have been on a little walk thing today down the front, which was cool. Done a lot of car spotting. We accidentally stumbled upon a supercar rental agency earlier on, so that video is going to be coming up. Lots of commentary from myself and small Geoff. There's another of those Rolls Royces, so that's the second. I don't know if that's the Spectre or if it's another one. I'm not completely sure. You're not missing anything over here. Thank you, David. Why not go on an adventure while it's possible? The kids will get... No, that's right. Most people are in agreement with us. And so this is the road that goes past our hotel. It's an Airbnb, and actually you can do Dubai fairly cheaply, you know. I know lots of people like to think that, oh, we're in Dubai, it's very expensive. It's actually, you don't have to spend a fortune here. If you're out drinking alcohol every night, then yes, you can spend a fortune. But if you don't want to drink alcohol, you can do it fairly cheaply. Les says, how long are you staying? You've got a couple more days, Les. I didn't want to stay here for long. I wanted to see the place. The kids wanted to see the Burj Khalifa, and it was a good stop off for our next point. And we thought, why not? You know, go to Dubai. We've actually got a family member here. How many Land Cruisers have you spotted? Loads. So what I thought I'd do, I thought I'd just sit here, have a little drink, and I'm just going to talk you through some of the cars that are going past, because it's just quite fascinating. When we lived in Dubai, we had a couple of Nissan Armadas. You see a lot of the big Nissans. I like really pimp as well, especially like the Nissan Patrol and whatnot. So I should have a battery now to just show you this. So our Airbnb is this right next to this building site. And it's funny because they said there might be a little bit of noise. What they meant was it's a full-on industrial building site and they do not stop. They literally work straight through the night. So last night I couldn't sleep at all. But there's plenty to see, and you do hear the occasional supercar screaming by. The other day I came out here and I thought, I wonder if I'll see anything nice. And then an Aventador SVJ went straight past. But I've got to admit, after spending a little bit of time here in Dubai, you do go sort of numb to it. Like now, a Lamborghini Urus, I mean, they're out here like Nissan Dukes. So something nice is coming past here. I think that's a black Ferrari. Is that Ferrari Portofino going past there in front of that white van? That's quite nice. So this road here, it's quite interesting. So it's basically this road that we're staring at only goes up to the entertainment complex and hotel bit, which is up there. You can just about see it. So it's effectively a dead end. Dodge Charger down there. But what's really interesting is we can't go out of our hotel and go right up there. You have to go left onto what I would call a motorway to then go about 2 miles and do a U-turn to go back. It's so bizarre. The road network here takes some getting used to. Geoff does not buy supercars because I'm not into supercars. Many Ford Focus 1 litre EcoBoosts. For every 100 people you look at, one of them at least own one slave. Is that right? I didn't know that so much. I've never really researched Dubai much. This place has never appealed to me at all. It is not my sort of place. But that, I think you do need to push yourself and do things that you don't always want to do. So you can see the access road here for the hotel. There's a white van about to go past. So I can zoom out if anything interesting goes past and I can show you that. But for the moment, it's interesting just to look at what's on that main road there. And I'll tell you if I see anything. So there's, I mean, every other car is a G-Wagon. And it's quite a bizarre place. One guy had his passport taken for jaywalking. I think it's not as bad as what people make out. I think it's much more lax. I thought everybody would have to be covered up, but on the beach today, you know, you could be anywhere. But I also find that quite hypocritical. At the end of the day, we're in the Arab world here and things work differently. So how is it that you can have, there's a Bentley, there's an S-Class. That's an older S-Class, actually. That's more of a Geoff car. I've only seen a couple of Geoff cars as well. So another G-Wagon coming past in that sort of light blue colour. Just enjoying my drink. And then Land Rover Defender coming up. That will see a Land Cruiser, I think, or an Nissan Patrol. But yeah, no, it's interesting. There's our first. Oh no, it's not a Lamborghini. It's an Audi. We haven't seen a Lamborghini yet. We will do. We've had a couple of Ferraris so far, and as the evening goes on, everybody will go down to that social bit and show off in their cars. So on one side you have a building site and the other the gas power station, a 4-lane road, and then a little further to 8 or 10 lanes of SZR. I bet your wife loves for this. No, hang on, because no, don't be like that. In a minute, I'll take you a walk through the apartment and show you the other side, because it's pretty amazing. Oh, the life of a YouTuber. No, what he was explaining was you can do it cheaply, because a meal out costs about the same as when you're in England, except you're eating much nicer food. Yes, you can spend a fortune if you're having alcohol, but I mean, today we had like really nice, there's like a fried chicken place, and we had like a nice lunch, and it wasn't any more expensive than being in the UK. Maybe that says just how expensive the UK is. But the other night we did have a load of beers, and we were paying £17 for a beer. But we only did that once. So I think you can do Dubai cheaply if you can get here. And because we were flexible on dates, we were able to book like the cheapest flights possible anyway. So that was cool. S-Class Mercedes going past. And it's an experience we will only do once. Yeah, £17 for one Heineken. But we have since found out that and this is interesting, the beach club that we were at, spending £17 a pint, we got there when it opened at 12 because of flights had landed, and we just went to the first place that looked like it was on the beach. We've since found out that actually that's a really exclusive place, and the reason it's expensive is because it's really popular. And our friend who lives in Dubai has said in the whole time that she's been here, she's never actually been able to get in there for a drink. Let's have a look at those cranes. Is there a lib here amongst them? Where is Geoff off to after Dubai? Sri Lanka. That's where we're going. Nice Mercedes just cruising past here. Right, there you go. Now you can see the Mercedes and the crane. Let me know if you want the views changing at all. And in a minute, I'll take you out. I'm just waiting for some battery in my phone. I'm just charging my phone. And then we'll go walk through the apartment and I'll show you the water, which will all start to get quite pretty as the light starts to drop off. I like it. It's a cool place. I think the thing is, right, Bitcoin heading for 99,000, superb. I think the thing is, you have to treat Dubai as what it is, which is effectively Disneyland for adults. There's a 911 going past. Don't know which variant it was. Bentley going past there. If you treat it as a theme park for adults, which is what it essentially is, I mean, none of this is real. And I just feel like it's because it never existed and because it used to be just desert. Someone says, show your toilet. Dude, I've got a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old. The last thing you want to see is my toilet. Also, make sure you try some Arak Coke in Sri Lanka. It's like coconut whiskey and rum. Do you hear that, Mrs. G? But we're not drinking now, she says. Bitcoin to $1 million. Are you buying a car in Sri Lanka? No, probably not. We're not going to stay forever, but we will see. The idea is we wanted to get out of the country and see what we could find. Jeep Wrangler down there. Anything interesting coming past? Big 5 Series. Oh, that's interesting. That's a little Toyota. I forget what they're called. Those little 4Runner things. You can't get the UK. XRP. Is that £11,000 in XRP, or are you holding 11,000 XRPs? I've been watching it. That is a big S-Class. Geoff, if you go, you must visit Candy and Ella. Thank you, Matthew. I will take a look at that. Oh, hello. There's a Ferrari coming past. Bottom left of the screen. Leaving the hotel. That Ferrari, and that's a Lamborghini Urus just gone past on the bottom right. And there's another Land Rover Defender. Yeah. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Birmingham is sunny and warm. Yeah, Birmingham's looking lovely from here today. XRP is replacing Bitcoin. I have been following the XRP and Bitcoin stuff for a little while, and I find it utterly confusing, but also very fascinating. I don't make videos about it because I don't know enough about it, and I do follow a lot of the XRP videos, but I do find with a lot of the Bitcoin and crypto videos, a lot of these guys just churn out content for the sake of content. So every day they have to make a video. Nice BMW Coupe, bottom left. Every day they have to make a video. So if XRP or Bitcoin shifts just slightly, you get the world's best clickbait video explaining what's gone on. And actually, nothing's happened. Although XRP did go up a lot yesterday, but people were like live streaming as XRP climbed, and it climbed by like 20p. Sold my XRP Hex last cycle, best move ever. I don't know much about Hex, to be honest, George. Andy from Anglesey advised me to get with XRP, so I did. There's Bentley going past, blue Bentley down there. Screw Bitcoin, gold. I think it's just good to have like a good amount of all sorts. Bit of Bitcoin, bit of XRP, bit of gold, bit of silver. There's a Ferrari, yellow one, bottom right of the screen. And just spread across what you can, basically. Good bit of tailgating going on there, bottom right. Right, let's see if we can get a bit of reflection coming. Oh, I know. Let me turn the light off room. I thought it was hilarious when Skelly Bones poked you in the eye. Thank you very much. So did I. And it genuinely hurt. Mercedes, every Mercedes out here is an AMG. Let me just turn the light off a second. Not in an OnlyFans sort of way. The building site is actually very, very, very noisy. And it will be all through the night. Right, hang on. I'm going to turn the light off to stop this reflection. There we go, slightly more genuine light for you now. It's cutting out a lot, is it? Hi, is there a speed limit once you're outside the limit? Let me try, hang on. Just got any better? I just turned my Wi-Fi off and now we're running on my EE4G. So let me know the feed or the chat or the camera is better or worse. There's a black G-Wagon going by and your traditional Toyota double cab. Yeah, let me know. Give me a comment. Is it better? Okay, there we go. It's better with the Wi-Fi off. Come to Denmark. We have 180% tax on cars if you need depression. Yeah, Denmark, it's harsh. Really harsh. A lot better. Sounds off more than it on. Can't hear a thing. No difference for me. So, yeah, some of you are getting on just fine with the feed. Some not so much. You want to say hello, darling? If you're there for longer, buy an entertainer voucher book for AED 65. Gets you into lots of places for half price. Like if you're taking the kids to Dubai parks and food deals, etc. Oh, I didn't know that. There's another Lamborghini, bottom right. That's a Urus with a Range Rover behind it. So, I mean, we've already seen like millions of pounds worth of cars just in this 15 minutes. But not any of them are like amazingly exciting. And this is the thing. Like, you kind of think that you're going to come to Dubai and see supercars everywhere. But you don't. I will answer that question in a second. Stederino. You don't see supers really. You see a lot of SUVs and a lot of like this, bottom left, Bentley. You see a lot of nice cars, but I've not seen anything amazingly sure. I don't know. I mean, it's all too new for me, isn't it? You know what I'm like. I saw a Porsche 996 earlier that's probably worth about 12 grand, and I got really excited. I spent my day looking at £500,000 AMG, Mercedes and Lamborghinis, and there's me excited over a 12 grand Porsche 911. The answer to the school thing, I bet you don't see a Proton. No, we won't. I hope you got a roaming package for your data. Yeah, I did sort that out earlier on. Right, a couple of questions here. What's the EV count like? That's a really good question. And I'll answer the school one after that. Let me do this EV one. Now, this is interesting, right? Dubai is the place where you go to show off, okay? So everybody here is about the show. That's why everybody has a G-Wagon, everybody has a Lamborghini, Urus, because there's a Maserati down there, because it's all about showing off for other people. Now, you think that when the EV thing came around, everybody would have jumped on that bandwagon and everybody would be driving around in the bestest, most expensive EV. But that's not happened. The Dubai culture of showing off didn't jump on the EV bandwagon. Now, why would the rest of the world jump on a bandwagon that Dubai hasn't jumped on? Because people do like to, you know, the Dubai thing, it does influence stuff. Unlistenable, I'm only still here because a dedicated subscriber. Sorry, Richard. I don't know if that's my connection or yours. Maybe come of it and come back on again. Is anybody else having problems or is everybody else okay? Signal's dead with the Wi-Fi off. Barracuda says I wouldn't be seen dead there. Do you know what? That's a really interesting point because that's exactly what I said. This is not my sort of place at all. I never ever would have thought of coming to Dubai. But because it's a stop-off point for getting to Sri Lanka and because the kids wanted to see it because they watch so much stuff on YouTube and they've seen so much in TV and all sorts. And then basically my wife was like, actually, Dubai could be a good stop-off. I never would have thought to go to Dubai. But once you're here, you can, like I said, you can do it fairly cheaply. You can do it without spending an absolute fortune, which I never thought that you could. You know, eating out and stuff in Dubai doesn't need to cost much more than a holiday in England. And look at how much it costs to go to Cornwall and places for the moment, if you can even get in places. And I do think, like, if you hate something, you should go try it, because it would be very easy for me to judge Dubai and for me to say, oh, Dubai is Sodom and Gomorrah, Dubai is the evil, it's everything that's wrong with the world and the love of money and that sort of stuff. But I've never been here. And now that I've been here, I am seeing a different sort of side of things. And maybe there's an element with Dubai that people go, do you know what? This is exactly how the world is. And this is exactly what the Western world is all about. It's just in Dubai, it's not hidden. Like, it doesn't pretend to be anything other than totally fake and totally obsessed with itself. So everywhere else is exactly the same. It's just that it's less obvious. I hope that sort of makes sense. Hello from Sunny Island. Hello. Slight buffering, but you are in another country, so expected. Apparently the theme parks in Dubai are cheap, empty. Dubai isn't just about showing off. It's a great place. Son moved there to get out of the UK, the awful weather and the tax system. Yeah, exactly. If you're like young and single, a couple of minutes ago, repeat wheel of death. If you're young, free and single, like, and what do you want to do? You want to be in Dubai or do you want to be in Birmingham? It's just a really easy one to answer. Sorry if I missed it. How much did the holiday cost? It's not, I'm not looking at it as a holiday. We can play top drums. It's not a holiday, it's an adventure. We're away for 2 months, and this is basically the most expensive part. So the Dubai part, yeah, it's a little bit indulgent. But we'll only ever do this once, and I'll probably never have the opportunity to do this again. The Dodge Charger that we've rented was actually incredibly cheap, as rental cars go. And I may, collaborating with Richard from Challenge the Road, and Richard's company may sponsor a Geoff video, and as a result of that, I might hire us a 911 convertible for a day. Which again is something that I'd never really indulge in, but why not? When in Rome, I am here. You know, always wanted to drive a 911 convertible, so why not hire one in Dubai and drive to a classic art museum in Abu Dhabi? Well, I mean, that's surely got to be quite good content, hasn't it? What's that going past over there? That is a Challenger. Yep, Dodge Challenger, just gone bottom left. How'd you get the kids out of school? We took them out permanently. We've had our misgivings with the schooling system, and we've decided that we will, I don't even want to say home educate, because we plan to world educate. We plan to do some traveling, we plan to explore, and we plan to teach the kids along the way. So that's it. It has mostly been PE, not gonna lie. We went on one of these outdoor water parks, Porsche Panamera going past, Porsche Taycan going past. You don't see it anywhere near as many Taycans as you would expect. And like I said, if it was all about showing off, you'd think every other person would be driving a Taycan. But they're not. You really don't see too many of them. But then again, why would you when petrol's at what, 50p? Richard Hammond, take his driving test again in a video, not that one yet. You'll have a blast, Geoff. Sri Lanka and Thailand are awesome. Thank you, Bob. That's our plan. Dubai is great when you have young kids. Not so great when they become teenagers. They can't just hang out on the streets because it isn't even a pavement. It's an odd place. It is, but you sort of have to take it for what it is. That's what I've been saying. We went for a long walk out last night, and that was cool, but it's just incredible how you can't get to where you want to go to directly because there's no direct routes to anything. Is it? Shocking. I've just been informed that we have now run out of alcohol, so that's a good thing, from the duty-free that we bought on the plane. We won't be buying any more in Dubai because it's horrendously expensive. Lots of like that just went past. I think that was a Cadillac Escalade. You see a lot of that sort of thing. And that is a Bentley just gone past down towards the bottom left. But there's a lot of people that come out here, and obviously you've seen, you know, you can rent supercars in Dubai, and it's a bit of a thing to come and rent a supercar and just drive it round. So although you see a lot of, and this is the other thing as well, like let's say you own a supercar in Dubai, everybody looks at it and just thinks that you've rented it. So that's where you get this one-upmanship of you need to own a car that doesn't look like a rental car. So it's not enough to have a Lamborghini Huracan. It's not even enough to have something like Aventador or a G-Wagon because you can just rent those by the day. So the elite of the elite in Dubai, to show off, have to have something that's utterly ludicrous that can't just be rented for £500 a day. You can rent anything here. If you're bored, take a look at Car Rental Dubai, and if you want some links, what you think I should do. There's a Dodge Charger going past. You want to see the accommodation? All right, I'll take a look. Make sure everybody's got their clothes on. Hey? My wife's saying no. Only go through the lounge to the balcony. Just check that we haven't left any dirty pants or anything on the floor, or, you know, our draft photos for the Geoff and Mrs. Geoff naked calendar aren't all over the coffee table. I don't know what Mrs. Geoff thinks we're going to find in the apartment. Took my son out of school. Council still send you letters telling you to prove the work he's doing. Pass your GCSEs, maths and English. School is a waste of your kid's life. That's my take. That was our take too, but not that. Because, I mean, I've always been freelance, so I've always been able to work from wherever. So we're not only wasting the kids' lives, but we're wasting our lives by hanging around and just going to and from school. So instead of like, that's 4 of us wasting all of our lives together. So we decided to do something different. Not quite sure what that low slung car is there that's going past. 7 Series, I think. Yeah, and it's funny, you get numb to it. So, you know, we're no longer impressed by the Lamborghini Urus because there's just so many of them out here. I'm amazed we haven't seen more. Little AMG Benz going past, bottom left. But you see more of the big Mercedes than you do the small ones. Does that road go into the sea, Geoff? No, I'll show you. I'll sorry, let me finish this drink and then I'll show you where it goes. I will take you through the apartment. No, just check there's no pants on the floor and I'll just walk through with the phone. Best thing you ever did, Geoff, take the kids out of school. I think so too, Trevor. I mean, we're having so much more time together as a family and everybody's happier. Have you seen the fake Defenders and fake Jeeps yet, Geoff? Do you know what, Ben? I have. One of them is, I'll have to find one and do a post about it because I really like it. I think it looks just as smart as the actual Defender. I can't remember what it's called. It's a Jet something, or it begins with J, but I quite like them. And I tell you what, you come out here and you can see how the Chinese car industry is going to take over because some of these Chinese cars look fantastic. But also there's a lot of MGs out here that we haven't yet got in the UK. And I think that's because Jetor, that's it. Nice one, Ben. Yeah, I think it's quite a good looking car. Because of the zero emissions mandate coming up, I think MG are only launching certain cars. And as a result, the UK isn't going to get some of the cooler MG cars. There's one called MG GT, which looks like a little Mercedes-Benz CLA. In fact, you should see that on tonight's video. It's either tonight's video or tomorrow's video, because I found one at the hotel, and I'll walk you around it. I'm only in Dubai for another couple of days. The internet, people like you, your kids will learn useful stuff instead of school propaganda. Thank you very much. Are all the Jeeps there fake? No, not at all. There's all sorts. I'm going to keep saying it, but Geoff, you must move to Australia. It's amazing here. Thank you very much. I will take a look at that. We are working out what we do. Seen any jumping, yang, wang, BYD yet? A lot of BYDs out here. There really are. Hey, there's an older car going past, bottom left, Honda RV. You don't see many older cars. The like numbers are spinning. Yeah, go on, everybody hit that like. Drinking the last of our organic Belvedere vodka over ice. I used to be a whiskey drinker, and then someone introduced me to very, very good quality vodka. I never thought vodka was a sort of drink that you would just sip, but when it's really good quality vodka, it's very nice. And yeah, this is the last of what we bought on the plane, because it was ludicrously cheap, actually. Belvedere, if you want. Hey, look, there's one of those BMW XMs, bottom left. You can't really see it in much detail, but again, you'll see one of those in one of my videos coming up, because I've seen a couple of those out here, and they're £150,000. They start at £150,000. That's a Lamborghini going past right there, that fast one. That was a Urus. I think that might have been the same Urus that we saw going right earlier on, because as I said, this is effectively going towards a dead end. There's shopping malls, there's hotels, there's apartments, but you can't go anywhere because of the water, which you'll see when I take you for a walk in a moment. 330 people watching and only 149 likes. So somebody hit like. That's a Macan. And then there's a Nissan Patrol that's quite cool. Bottom left is an X5M just going through there. Another GML Mercedes. That'll be an AMG because they're all AMGs. It's ridiculous. And there's more Range Rovers here than anything. How do the kids feel about the change? Do they miss their friends? Dodge Challenger, bottom left. They're excited to go and do different things, and the thing is, because we've moved house, we had such a long commute, they're really not missing sitting in the car in the morning. And yeah, it did get dark quick. My phone was dead, otherwise I would have started the broadcast earlier on and we would have caught the sunset. But it was quite a hazy sunset anyway, to be fair. But it's kind of mesmerising just sitting here watching the traffic, and I do find myself, because our bed is just behind this, there's not many motorbikes here, and it's quite mesmerising just watching the traffic. I was awake last night at probably 3 or 4 o'clock, and that's when the traffic finally dies down. So, you know, there is a steady flow of cars all throughout the day, and driving in rush hour it's tricky, but it's entertaining because there's just so much, there's so many interesting cars to look at. Are there many Teslas? Yes, there are. So earlier on, we played a game in the car called Hold Your Breath Until You See an Interesting Car. That's quite a fun game to play with the kids. Because again, you don't have to hold your breath for very long. Right, I'm going to finish this drink and then we'll go for a walk through the apartment. Skies look purple. I keep seeing it's the fog. Blackpool looks nice in January. Kids just enjoy being with the family when you're young, so you're doing the right thing. To be honest, of all the things that we've spent money on for the kids, do you know what they enjoyed the most today? They enjoyed it when Mrs. Geoff and I were sat having an iced coffee and they beach play fighting, and they probably did that for an hour while we sat and enjoyed our coffee, and it was just lovely to just sit and watch them just be kids. You know, they weren't on the phones. Yes, they were throwing sand at each other, but they were loving it. You know, they were doing all of their moves. Steve says, are you off to Sri Lanka after Dubai? Yeah, that's the plan. We haven't booked anything yet, but that is the rough plan. It was a Macan, a G-Wagon, and then a Bentley Bentayga all at once, going left to right, followed by a GMC Yukon, I think that was. It's quite fun, this. It's like commentating on a football match. Is that an Audi TT down there? We have not seen many Audi TTs at all. That's actually only the second Audi TT I've seen since we've been here. But you'll notice how, like, we haven't seen any supercars yet. So we've seen the Lamborghini Urus, but we haven't seen an Aventador, or, you know, we've only had a couple of Ferraris. So I guess at the weekend, all those sort of cars will come out. Oh, there you go. What was that? That was a something. Might have been a new Corvette, but it could have been a Gallardo that just went down to the right. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little Google as to where the best place to go to see like supercars. There's another Lamborghini Urus going past now, but that grey BMW going left to right, yellow Urus. In fact, the colours come out better on the camera. Have you seen any mini metros there? No, not one. There's very few old cars, and the old cars that are here are predominantly like Japanese. Yeah, we don't see many old cars at all. I got all excited earlier on when I saw a 90s like Crown Victoria, and I saw one Porsche 996. Doing a good job watching the traffic, reading the comments, and keeping the chat going. Oh, thank you very much, James. I quite enjoy doing this. What's the most popular car you are? I feel like the official car of Dubai is like a G-Wagon, because you just seem to see so many of them, and it seems to be the one that everybody wants. I know you'd expect that, like the Nissan Patrol, the Land Cruiser out here, but really it does seem to be the G-Wagon. Temperature there is about mid-20s, which is nice. It's not too hot, but it's cool enough that you can walk around in the evenings, so that's good. And yeah, I've been in the sea today. The sea was nice. That was pretty cool. There's Tesla going past, and it's an FJ Cruiser, isn't it? Toyota FJ Cruiser. That was the word I was looking for earlier on. FJ Cruiser. We never got them in the UK. And this is what I like about Dubai. That you can see loads of cars that we don't get in the UK. That's why I rented a Charger. You don't get many of them in the UK. And I think I might try and rent a Ford Bronco as well, because we have not got the Bronco in the UK. I don't know if the Bronco is coming to the UK, so that would be cool. Guy there driving with his lights off, which I suppose you can do because there's plenty of light. G-Wagon, another G-Wagon there. And in the evening, like, you can hear people driving supercars like ludicrously, and you know they're rented. Short wheelbase Jeep Wrangler just gone past on the left there. Ah, there's something coming past. What is that? Coming into the right of your screen now, that is a taxi. It's just the colours of it. I thought it was something you slung, but it's the way it's painted black in the middle. That's a taxi. Bottom left, we've got a Jeep Wrangler with neon lights underneath it, blue neon lights. That's pretty cool. And then a Honda Accord or a Prius or something. Don't know. Well, there's a lot of taxis. It does. I'll tell you what, right? It does sort of feel like a 15-minute city. There's definitely an element of it being a 15-minute city, because on the evening, you see all the food delivery drivers arriving at all the hotels and apartments, and you just know that no one's cooking their own food. Everybody's getting the food delivered, or everybody's going out to eat. And as I said, it's not too expensive. We ordered some nice pizzas from like a sourdough pizza place, you know, like a slightly more upmarket pizza place. I think it was like 42 quid for 4 pizzas, which is about what you'd stay at home. Gav says, stick with Bitcoin only, put cash in and hold for 10 years. Any other crypto is controllable. Gold gives you little. Sand P500 next after Bitcoin. What's the cost to fill the hire car with petrol? I don't know yet. I've heard that it might be as cheap as 50p a litre, but I've got to drop the Charger back tomorrow. All right, I will spoil the surprise for you. I have treated myself, right? I'm having the 911 for a day. We're having the 911 convertible for a day tomorrow. We're going to go down to Abu Dhabi, and we're going to go to the Epic Classic Car Museum, where they've got the world's largest Willys Jeep, and they've got 3,000 classic cars. So, all right, I'll admit that is a little bit indulgent. But, I mean, come on. I've always wanted a 911. So, that's what we're doing tomorrow. So I've got to drop the hire car back tomorrow, and I've got to fill it with fuel. We've used, I think, half a tank, most of which was used, you'll see in tonight's video, because in tonight's video, you'll see just how bad the roads in Dubai are, because as I said, you can't just like take a side road and turn back around. Sometimes if you get lost, nice car, bottom Mercedes-Benz AMG GTS, but it's the 4 one, very cool car, followed by a nice looking S-Class, followed by a Maserati Ghibli. That's 3 in a row. That's pretty. Yeah, I am going to enjoy it. You know what? I kind of feel guilty that I'm indulging doing that, but I'm only going to do it once. I don't plan to come back to Dubai about this. Have you seen the Matt Masters video of the flight today? He sat next to a right firecracker on the plane. No, I've not seen that yet. Although I was texting Lee last night. He was, I think he's quite jealous of being in Dubai. And I said to him, you need to come out here. Like, he'd get some great content out here. But I need to work on his culinary taste. Geoff, has Lee spoken to you in Dubai? Yeah, me and Lee speak all the time. Like, if we're not making collaboration videos, honestly, I'll probably speak to the Map Master every day. I texted him yesterday because you'll see from an upcoming video, we actually went to we were walking along and I was looking for somewhere to have a coffee, and we found there was actually a Porsche cafe, which was really cool. And I sat and had a flat white next to a 993 turbo in Arena Red, which is basically my perfect car. So that was pretty cool, Porsche cafe. So I filmed all that for a video. But I'm kind of struggling because I don't know what people want to see, if that makes sense. You know, another G-Wagon buffed, another G63. There's a part of me that thinks maybe I just should bother posting anything. And there's a part of me that thinks maybe I should just post everything. And then I think, well, do I split the content out? Do I put some of it on the Adventures with Geoff channel? Do I put some of it on the Geoff Buys Cars channel? But at the end, this is me. I am the channel is me, and therefore the channel I'm up to. And I don't mind if I lose subscribers because people are like, oh, I'm only here for the EV bashing videos when you're in the studio. Yes, I will still be doing that. That's not all I want to be doing. What I like about the channel and what I like about being an YouTuber is the fact that I can post a variety of things. And on one day I might be reviewing a car, the next day I might be ranting about something, and just different. I like variety. I don't want to put myself in a box and say this is the type of videos that I make, even though from a financial point of view, from a purely financial point of view, doing stuff like what I'm doing right now makes no sense at all. Like if you were just about me and you were just about the views and you were just about the clicks, then all I'd need to be doing is sitting at home in my studio reading articles. But it gets boring, I get bored of that. So what I'll do is every now and then I'll pull up all the articles because I've got a load saved in my phone, them all up, and I'll go sit in the car and I'll do some serious ones and I'll schedule those to go out. And it would be mixed in with all the adventure stuff. That's what I like. I like the fact that you never really know what you're gonna get with a Geoff video. Yes, there's been a lot of car content lately, but I'll tell you what, let me be honest with you. Do you know why there's been a lot of car content lately? Because I've been really enjoying making it. It's as simple as that. Right, I've been sat down here by the side of the bed for far too long and I've actually got pins and needles. So I'm gonna attempt to walk through the apartment now that the light's gone down and show you, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to walk because I can't feel my right leg. Hang on. Oh. Is anybody naked? Because I'm gonna walk through the apartment. Yeah, unfortunately he's not naked, sorry about that. Right, so, oh, that's a nice big, what's that? That's an Escalade, followed by a 7 Series. But again, a lot of the 7 Series are taxis. And I tell you what, you know the grille 7 Series and how it's super ugly? It makes sense in Dubai. Now that I'm in Dubai, I understand the grille on the 7 Series. Yes, it is a posh flat, but that's the other thing about Dubai that I haven't mentioned. There is so much accommodation because there's so much building. It's not that expensive to stay here. Honestly, it wasn't any more expensive to spend 3 nights in this apartment than it was to get 3 nights in Croyd. That is the way it is. There is so much accommodation. I'm just waiting for the pins and needles in my right leg because it's actually a lot worse than I thought, and I can't walk quite yet. Yeah, like I said, check it out. Go on, check it out for yourself. Go on Airbnb and look at the prices of accommodation in Dubai. It is reasonable, and there is lots of choice. And the same with the hire car as well. So the Charger was 575 dirhams for 3 days. And for context, our very first bill at the very first bar that we went to was 1,000 dirhams. So there you go. It was cheaper to rent a Dodge Charger for 3 days than it was to have a session on the beer. And that's really interesting. Right, my leg is coming back to life. So we're going to take a stroll through. Hopefully the internet will stay fine. I think I've got some battery. Don't know what that was. Something fairly generic. White Range Rover coming past. Yeah, just waiting for my leg to come back to life completely. So if you like cranes, you're going to love this next bit because I'm going to go show you the water and the bay. He's going quite quick. X5. You don't see people going really fast either. Again, you think, oh, Dubai, it's the home of supercars, but it's not really worth driving fast because apparently the fines are quite harsh as well. Like if you get caught on your phone, it's an instant fine. I know in the UK you get 6 points now, I think, for being on your phone, but in Dubai everything's fineable. And if you accidentally get confused on the roads, which is very easy to do, and if you disrupt the tram system, it's a 30,000 dirham fine or £10,000, and it would be very easy to mess up what you do and accidentally get Get in the way of the tram. Right, we're going to go walk through the apartment. Was looking forward to meeting you in Stoke. I hope you've rearranged. I apologise that I wasn't able to do that. G-Wagon coming through, but we've seen loads of G-Wagons. The light is off in the bedroom, so we're going to go walk through. Bathroom, you don't want to see that. Everyone all right? Yeah. Kids are watching Ninjago. And then we go out the front here. You can see how noisy it is now. Right, this is the front of the apartment. So you can see, boat just going past there. Tell me if it's too windy. It's definitely pretty cool. If you like cities, and I do like this, but only for a short while. I don't know if it's suddenly gone too windy, but that's the road that we were looking at. Signal gone. That's the road that we were looking at, and as you can see, it goes all the way to the end, and that's a dead end up there. You've got the wheel there, which is the largest wheel in the world. It's buffering now, so yeah. Can you see the noise now from the from the construction site? Richard Neal says, "Blimey, is that because of the noise, or is that because it's buffering?" I think maybe it's because I was moving around. Are we okay now? I'll just pan around again. All right, we'll just stay here for a little minute. We're on the 5th floor of 45. So the 45 floors on our building. There's actually 47, but the top 2 are penthouses that you can't get access to. I'm in the Highlands of Scotland. The fine, the signal is back. Excellent, glad to hear it. So I don't know if I can zoom out. It doesn't let me zoom out. Super yacht. Yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah. In a minute, we'll start to see. Geoff, you're right. Airbnb rooms for £69 a night, cheaper than Skegness. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Once you're here, you can do it cheaply. It's possible to get cheap accommodation, and your accommodation will be absolutely lovely, and it'll have full security. And I guarantee you, at some point, you'll see a Ferrari outside your accommodation because someone at the hotel have rented one. It's a great place to come for a short while if you can stomach the cost of the flights, which we could on this occasion because we're trying to get to the other side of the world, and this was a great stop. I remember being in Dubai back in 2020 Christmas time. They were building that building you were in back then. It changes so quick there. Yeah, it really does, and you can guarantee that next time we're here, all of that, I mean, my view is if you're going to be ruined, isn't it? Because you know they're going to build another high-rise hotel there. I count the cranes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can see 10 cranes in shot. You might be able to do that. And they're like these, look, they're these great big borehole ones. So that's what they've been doing. So they've been digging these great big holes, which I can only use for structural support of whatever, however it works. I don't know enough about it. But yeah, there we go. That is the front of Dubai. Now, I said I was only going to do 20 minutes. We're actually going to drive out this evening to go to the mall. We're going to the mall pile drivers, that's the one. Dubai is cheaper than a damp caravan in Whitley Bay. It is, that's the point. There's enough for a crane orchard. Yeah, they're growing baby cranes. It is, Dubai, it's cheaper when you're here. And honestly, I'm telling you, if you tried to go and have dinner at Rick Stein's, it's more expensive than having the really nice noodles that we had last night in Dubai. So, we get up to the 45-minute mark. I think I'm going to call that a day. There's a posh hotel down there as well, with some pretty cool in the front. Reminds me of visiting Las Vegas years ago. Great to experience once, but wouldn't go back. All right, do you know what, Matthew? That's a great comment to finish on, because I feel exactly the same. Like, you have to experience Las Vegas for yourself, but you've also got to go there with your head screwed on and not get carried away and appreciate it for what it is. You have to hire because you cannot walk anywhere. Get that cheap holiday and either hire a car or take hundreds of pounds for your taxi fares. Yeah, totally agree. It is quite difficult getting around because really like I was saying, we want to go up there, right? There's a really nice burger place up there. But to get up there, we have to hire a taxi, and the taxi has to go the opposite way down this road, all the way to a junction, which is 2 or 3 miles the opposite way, to then turn around and come back from here to get us to up there. And we can't walk it because it's all closed because of the construction zone. I think I could genuinely, it would be faster for me to swim to the other side, and then walk along the bridge than it would be to drive or get a taxi. It's quite ludicrous, but that is Dubai for you. Right, that is the end of this live video. We're going to go out now and go check out the mall. I've actually bribed kids as well. I was reading some reviews on the aquarium. Doug says it's the first live YouTube video I've commented on. There you go then, it's the first live video where I've given you a reply. Are you going to live from the restaurant? No, I'm not. We looked at the going to aquarium because it's like the best in the world, but I feel really guilty about that because there's basically no sea life in the sea around Dubai because they've killed it all with all the fertilizers. It doesn't feel right to visit a place where they've killed all their own sea life and then go and pay money to visit. Does that make sense? It just doesn't feel good. We are 4 hours ahead, I think. And no, I didn't bring my paddleboard. That would have been good. So instead, we're going to the mall, where I'm told at the mall, the aquarium back onto the mall. So you can go to the mall and you can see most of the fish for free without paying to go in the aquarium. So that's what we're going to do. Also, it was £170 for 4 of us to go in the aquarium. And I said to the kids, you can have £20 each at the mall if we don't go to the aquarium. And, I mean, I don't know much about maths, but that's a better deal for me. So that's what we're doing tonight. There's a video going out at 6 PM UK time, which explains how we got here and how with the Dodge Charger. And it also explains a little bit about the roads. So do check that out. And thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video. If you've got any specific feedback or anything you particularly want to see from Dubai, do email me, geoffbuyscars@gmail.com. Take it yourself, have a look on Airbnb in Dubai, have a look at Hire a Car Dubai. Tell me what you would do, tell me what you would go for. I always enjoy reading your emails. I've got my computer here. This is a working holiday. I am checking my emails. And there we go. I think there's something nice going past there to finish the video. What is it? Is it a Bentley? I think it's another, oh no, it's a little Mercedes C-Class, not even exciting. Couldn't even find one single Lamborghini supercar for you. Sorry about that. Refunds are available at the kiosk. Thank you very much, everybody.